beautiful family. So, here we go with another oracle report on what's been going on with the energies, with the Schumann resonance, with the galactic divine plan, all of the things that, have been affecting your growth, affecting your evolution, affecting your lives, the things maybe that you've noticed in the energy changes. So all of this, is because of all the things that mother and father are working on, the things that are going on in the unified field. So I'm gonna go through the most important things that have happened during the month of May. I know that you've been feeling some of those things, so just kind of like to put it all together. And if you've been following us, if you've been watching mom and dad's videos, they always share those important things in the videos. So you have to listen to it with your hearts, because if you're thinking about the things that are shared, you're not gonna get it. So it's kind of the same way as like trying to talk to like some spiritual some non-spiritual people about some kind of energies. It's like they really have to be in the heart to get it, because otherwise they're completely not gonna get it. And it's the same way with mom and dad, because even though if you're on a spiritual journey, mom and dad are a level up. See, okay, so you really have to listen deep with your hearts to get it. And thank you, Luna. Also, she's been doing great videos on reporting all of those things as well. Okay, so yeah, before we start, I wanted to share with you. They've leveled up the game so much. I'm speaking of mom and dad and all the things that they've been accomplishing. They've done, like, the plan has moved so much during the month of May. It kind of started the last week of April, when they really started smashing through. I was at a certain point, I was kind of like, lifting my hands up, kind of like, I cannot fucking keep up with it anymore, because it was so much. Not exactly in this way, I still tap in and things, but kind of to give you perspective of how much mom and dad are pushing and working on the plan. So if you're one of those beings that connect maybe with the federation, maybe with, I don't know, beings up there, the things that you feel that are going on, while mom and dad are the directors of this. Okay, so they work, you know 24/7 all the fucking time, and there's really no comparison as how much energy they push. Like, you cannot compare it to anyone. It's kind of like, nah, let it go. It's the power of God, that's mother and father of all creation. So they are pushing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of energy. You can actually see that in videos, like some of the videos that look like really shiny, in a way, kind of like, I don't know how you call that. It kind of, to me, looks kind of like some kind of animation, maybe. It's not because of the lights. Like, they do have lights in the background, but it's because their energy is so high. Okay, so this is what you're getting from the videos. Okay, we're gonna go to the 1st of May. This is when they opened up all the canals. I'm sorry. It's a funny word. So they opened up all the canals, and a day after that, the news reported that the Panama Canal has dried up. So, of course, the Panama Canal was the first one that mom and dad started to work on, and of course, on all of them all around the world. And with all of the things that we share, you kind of have to look at it both as the energetical perspective as well as the physical perspective, because that's mom and dad, mother and father of all creation, the yin and the yang. So they're working on all those things, and all of those things kind of, come together. And you can feel that as far as your energetical system. It's kind of feels like, things have opened up. Maybe the way you feel the energy flow in your body, maybe, I don't know, like your chakras, the kind of the canal, or like the tunnel, maybe from the crown or something like that, is stronger. It feels like it's more opened up, and also the way you are pushing the energy out, it's like it flows more easily, because those things have been released. And then as far as the physical perspective, a week, it was about a week after all the canals have been opened, especially in Europe, we have been having lots and lots and lots of floods, which is not normal for this region, or especially for this month. And like the amount of water that was flowing through was absolutely crazy. We've had several instances, like in my country. It's a very small country, and it was just there was a certain point when the rain was coming in after like a week of full rain, and I could feel the energy of the people, like the consciousness, please, like basically praying to God, don't let anything happen to my house or something like that, because the fear was kind of pushing out. But I'm saying, lots of things have opened up. There's lots of clearing that went through. Europe was a very dense place. Of course, every place has their own energies, and Europe, especially like the eastern part, is basically Transylvanian energies, or it's been cleared, okay, and lots of white trash, white supremacy programs, beings in the mind, things like that. So it needed a lot of clearing, and very grateful for it, because the energy feels a lot clearer now. um, so yeah, things as far as this have been reported, in the news, and this is what happens when mom and dad work on, well, specific things, and we can then see the effects of that in the physical. Um, and then yeah, that's about the canals. Another very, very very important things that you can also observe in the sky phenomena, whatever they call that, the weather patterns, are the lightnings. We've been having lots and lots of lightnings all around the planet. There is this website where you can actually see the lightning strikes that are hitting the earth at specific times. And it was so funny because the other day we had it on, and mom and dad were playing some music, and the lights on the map, on there's this website with a map, were going on in the rhythm of the music that mom and dad are playing. This is how the energy of God works. This is how the unified field is. So on the, what was that, the 7th of May, we started what we call the lightning strike stage. And this was quite a funny one, how the Galactics gave this one to me, because it relates to this vision that we've had. Mom's had it, dad's had it, I've had it, during the years of this mountain representing the spiritual path, and then mom going up the mountain, and then the light workers behind her basically getting stuck at the plateau stage. And I've shared in one of my last videos, I saw the lightning strikes kind of coming down in order to push the light workers up. And on the 7th, the angels came, and they were like, the plateau stage has started for the light workers. And then they were like, this means the lightning strike stage for us. And it was so funny because now Galactics, they can be very funny, of course, very serious in moments when needed, and very, very, very funny otherwise. And it truly was like that, especially like then from the 7th on, the like whole mom and dad have been pushing the energy. It was literally like lightning strikes. So if you've been on your path and there's like this, I don't know, maybe you've been focusing on something, and then just like some energy hits and completely cuts your path off, kind of in this sense, or you've been like working on some of your evolution, kind of getting rid of some old energies, things like that, and then all of a sudden this energy comes in and it just poof, like it really hits you to kind of get rid of that energy that's in you. this is kind of what this stage is. Of course, a lot more comes into that, but basically, as in the vision, the lightning strike form a circle around beings and leave only one path out. So whenever you're kind of trying to go a different path, or like trying to go out a different way, you can't, because the lightning strike is gonna hit you, and there's only one path out, which is following mom and dad in your hearts, because they're your mom and dad, like, I mean, it's funny to me. I understand how you get it, but having spent many lives with mom, and it's just a deep memory of mom and dad, and every one of you has that in your hearts. You just have to look in, and when you truly find that love for mother and father, love for God, um, this is when you're gonna find your true self as well, because they're the source of who you are. So, it's kind of like the same way when you have children in the physical. If you're a mother or a father, it's like when you look at your child, you instantly know them. Like, if they're in some bullshit, like, just looking through their eyes, you exactly know what they're in, like how they're feeling, things like that, because you know them. And with mom and dad, it's like that for, everyone, for every soul in creation. And it's also, the same way from the child to the parent. Like, if you have a true connection in the physical with your parents, or if you imagine how it's supposed to be, they know you completely. You can share with them everything. They're your teachers, they're your best friends, they're your mom and dad. And it's the same way with mother and father of all creation. So if you're not feeling that, you simply have to go deeper, and you have to open up your hearts more. Even if you feel like your hearts are open, even if you've activated your, I don't know, 48th chakra or something, if you don't feel that, it means you still have blocks on your heart. You still have work to do. We all still have work to do. So let's just keep working on it. Okay, so this is when the lightning strike stage was activated, and what comes in with this, it also relates to the triple spiral, which I'm gonna come to in a moment. But basically, especially for all of the 144,000, I always say this wrong, especially for you, the soul group, there's a big push forward. And maybe for some of you, there was some kind of change of plans, change of your road. Maybe you've been kind of, as said, like squeezed more in, so that there is this one specific road that you have to follow, and they're not gonna really let you drift off from it too much. But yeah, in general, especially for the 144, a big push forward, because it's time to reach the next level of our evolution. You're very, very old souls, actually, the oldest souls in creation. So lots of things that we have to work through, and when I say that, it mostly goes to releasing the programmings that we've taken on this path, because there's I don't know, when I look through the Lightworker Collective, there's many things that people are doing as far as the energy works, and things like that. um, your main focus always is on your personal growth. So looking in you, like, what are the energies that you are going through, what are the energies that you are dealing with on a daily basis, what are the programs that you still hold, and that's your main quest, to get rid of all of that, because it's part of the programming. It's not who you truly are, it's just what you've taken on, and you have to um, go through different lessons in order to see that, and to grow from it and learn from it, and let it go, and heal it for the whole collective. So this is the map. That's why I say the map is in you. You are the map. You wrote the map together with mom and dad. So, of course, angels and your guides are there to help you. But also, Richard, you're a master. So, you have to find the answers yourself. Um, and with the activation, um, the upgrades, I'm gonna say that you've been receiving, because I know many of you have been receiving pretty powerful upgrades. This has to do with the triple spiral activating. So when you're looking, let's say, at the Kundalini energy. Before you could see the two lines of energy representing, masculine, feminine energy. Now there are three. Okay, so if you have not felt this triple activation in you, definitely focus on the triple spiral activation going up your spinal column, and with this you're gonna feel I said, like a greater push forward, a greater push to become more of who you really are. It's gonna really push you to let go of some things that you might been holding on, like things that really don't serve you anymore. And when I say things like that, I'm speaking mostly as said of the programming. Of course, this relates to, like, maybe letting go of, I don't know, some job that you've been working and it really doesn't resonate with you anymore, things like that. But the main focus is on the energies that you are working on. Because let's say that, something is bothering you. Maybe let's, in this instance, because I brought up maybe a job, okay? Maybe it's not the job that's the problem. Maybe it's just the energies that you have in you. Maybe certain attachments, maybe certain belief systems, maybe certain trauma. And it is this that is making you feel uncomfortable. Okay, sometimes it is that you really have to, change your environment and change the things in the physical. But as always, the main work that you have to do is in you. So observe everything that's flowing through you, all the thoughts that go through you, all the emotions that go through you. And in simple terms, if it's not love, it's not real. So, have to work through it and let it go. And this is how you're gonna level up. I'm gonna share with you a little bit about the mermaids and the mermaid power. What's called mermaid power something. The Netflix Barbie movie. Barbie Mermaid Power, yes, on Netflix. We watched that the other day with the children, and it corresponds in such a beautiful way to how the journey is your, the journey of your remembrance. And okay, yeah, with that, so that of course, lots of memories are coming back when you're truly doing your path. Of course, you should always feel like you're becoming more and more of who you truly are. And you're gonna get certain memories of, different lifetimes that are gonna help you with this, because maybe you've anchored in a certain energy in a certain life. So, you're gonna remember this in order to activate, to anchor it in now. But overall, it's really so simple. You just have to be feeling more and more as who you truly are. Even your physical, especially like face structure, is going to change. So, if you're doing your mirror exercise, your mirror technique, and then your face starts to change, that's because you are changing it. You are becoming more of who you truly are. They're just telling me now. Glittery skin, meaning, of course, the crystal crystal DNA activating. So you're gonna notice that on your skin, maybe, it shines a little bit. um and with the crystals, they also activated the crystals, basically bringing them back home, because everyone has to come back home. So if you've been feeling stronger call from the crystals, or you've been feeling maybe to give some of your crystals to someone else, or maybe you've been feeling to like go and buy a specific crystal that's been calling you. It is because the crystals are gonna help guide people basically to the location where they need to be at and the quest that they have to do. They've activated certain things with the crystals, so they're gonna help with this a lot. So as said, if you're feeling the crystals talking to you more, or I mean like the connection with the crystals stronger, it is because of that. The crystals have a special quest as well. You know, they're beings. Everyone that's on earth currently has a very specific quest um given by mother and father of all creation. So crystals are, you know, gonna be coming up. um that's about that. I'm laughing through some of the notes because, like, some of the things that mom and dad say are really funny. Like, there's a $1 million question. Do you know how you defeat the micro whore? We call that whorelings. It's simply with laughter. You laugh at it. Okay, so this is something like where you really cannot take anything personal. Okay, if mother and father call something out, like some of the programming or something that you're doing wrong, okay, it's because of the programming that you have to let go of. And so when things like that are called out, do not take anything personal, because it's not. It's fucking helping you be more of who you truly are. And mom and dad were saying the other day, you know, the whore, meaning the program, is gonna be more and more noticeable. And of course, you know, we've know that, and you can observe it like during the years how more obvious it is. And now it's gonna get very funny. So not only is gonna be very obvious, it's gonna be very funny as well. So maybe one example of this, like you're watching some news reporter on TV, and you know it's complete bullshit, or like the program that they're speaking of, but you can see like in their way of expression, in the way of, I don't know, their body mimic, or you know the things that they talk about, it's like it's complete program. So you're just gonna laugh at it. You're gonna laugh at the stupidity of the program, and you know, laughing at it, that's how you transform it. I like to give this example because everyone has this. It's the dumbness, you know, being dumb. Because like if you haven't had a moment where you felt like I'm fucking, you know, I'm so fucking dumb, because you remember how you're supposed to be up there, you know, how your true self is, and then in this human whore, like you forget things all the time, or like you cannot maybe focus your brain, or I don't know, something's like going on. So those are the things that have to be worked on, that have to be released. And as I mentioned, remembrance, like remembering stuff in your brain, this is supposed to get a lot better. You know, when the energies are very strong, and you can get this moments of brain fog, where you cannot remember some things, or like I said, it's really difficult to focus, things like that, and you're forgetting things very easily. This is like if you're doing your work, supposed to be, it is getting away. Okay, so they've been working tirelessly on the brain and the heart since the month of January. There's lots of things that have been activated, as far as the brain, as far as your third eye, and this connection with the heart. So you should kind of feel like your brain is working at a greater capacity. Um, if you're not feeling that, then well, simply look at what's holding you back. Okay, because it's that simple. I said the whole map is in you. Your, you know, your body system, your energy system, they're all correlated. So just go in and ask what it is that's holding you back, but it is that you have to let go of, and heal. And I'm focusing so much on like letting go of things, because truly with when you're doing your healing, you can go to different healing sessions and things like that, but at the bottom of it, it all comes to the program, the program that the ego, they call it's not really the ego. Mom has taken the ego out, okay, but still, like, the program that's in your mind, the mind basically, um things that you have to let go. And what this means is, like, if you do some kind of energy work, okay, maybe there's like this trauma that happened in your childhood, and you're focusing on sending love to that place. Maybe like there's a spot on your back or in your stomach or somewhere where there's an energetical block, okay. If you are not fully letting go and forgiving and learning from the experience, you're not gonna fully heal. See, so there might be some improvement as far as, because you've healed some a part of the energy. But if you're not letting go of the program that's related to that, as far as the program in your whole mind, it's gonna come back. Okay, so that's why this is so important, and that's why if you truly observe yourself, um, and all the energies that you are going through every day, all the lessons that you're going through, you're instantly gonna know, like, what your quest is, what the things are that you have to focus on, things like that. Everything is in you, so just go in. um Flips, okay. There's also been a new spin to the water, and that's been doing singing in the water, singing different tones. I don't know if, like, some of you can remember that singing from some of the past lives. His singing is very powerful. Moms, of course, as well, but they have kind of maybe different tones. I'm gonna call it this way. So the way that does the singing, the tone singing, it's like a very deep, in the sense whole, like, a masculine voice is deep. Of course, like a masculine and feminine voice, they have kind of like a different deepness to it. So you can, like, feel there his voice going through. So this is what he has been working on some moments. So if you are kind of feeling to activate more your voice, or I'm hearing water sing now. And the fairies, oh, I'm so excited. I haven't mentioned the elementals, of course, are back to the field. The crystals are back. So I don't know, I just seeing so many elementals around all the time, and um, you can hear them a lot more closely. It's very beautiful. Mermaids have been coming up the last week as well. I guess it has to do also with the mermaid movie that's just been released, because even things like that, they're correlated. They correspond to the whole divine plan. There's nothing that happens by coincidence. So there's different water energies that they've been working on, and the mermaid movie just comes out, it's just released exactly on time. So I haven't seen it yet. I have to, I've seen the Barbie mermaid though, so that was that was nice. um okay, yeah, they as far as that they have also completed the um I'm just gonna say it briefly. And the high priestess energy, that is basically immune to the whore. So I can like there's things on the inner journey that are so difficult for me to explain in some moments, because, like, I get how you see it. I see how you see it. We tap in, so we get it. And it's just been so, I don't know how to explain that to you, because it's not um taming your whore, I'm gonna call it that way. Go in, find your core and fucking put it in line. Okay, that's kind of what you have to do. Um, okay, yeah. I'm gonna stay with this for now. Um, so I said many things going on. I'm just tapping in with the console if there's some other things. Um, as we wait for them, let's see if they. Oh gosh, the console. We have many new beings in the console. The Galactic Federation console. There's a, the Galactic Federation is very big, but there's this specific console that works directly with there's certain things on the plan and with mother and father. So we have new beings in the console, and it's so beautiful to feel them like working all together. They had to work on some energies as well out there, and I just love it. Okay, so I wanted to share with you this mermaid movie that we've seen with the children. So it's the Barbie Mermaid Power on Netflix. I hope I said the title right. Um, and I love the Barbie movies in general because of, Barbie's original essence of kindness and her bravery. So uh, I love to see them in certain moments. The other day, angels were like, I had a moment like that, and the angels were pinging me, there's something for you to see. So, this is what we chose with the children, and it's so awesome because some of the things are shown so spot on as like far as how the energy works, fucking and how the energy works, and how you do some things as far as moving the energy and things like that. So the original story goes that this is the second part where Barbie goes back to the mermaid world. This is the first part where gets there for the first time. So anyhow, she goes into the mermaid world with her friends, and they transform as they get into water. They get a tail. They become mermaids, and the mermaid world is very new to them, but they've been called because they needed their help. So they are learning many ways, many things about the mermaid ways. And in the mermaid world, all the mermaids can control the four elements, and then you have the fifth stage, which is basically controlling all of the elements. And all the children know that, and they know that they have to practice because they're gonna come a certain point in their life when this magic is gonna kind of boom and activate, and this is how they're gonna level up. They're gonna go to the next level of working with the energy. And it's very awesome how it is shown in the movie. It's like that's how it is. Okay, that's how it is. Kind of when you truly see the energy, you can see it that way. So then, of course, like Barbie and her friends, just they've never practiced like anything like that because they just came in, so they're kind of starting to how to work with the different elements, how to make, I don't know, air bubbles and things like that. And of course, all those powers they activate for the mermaids as they go through different life lessons, as they learn something, as they go to the next stage of their evolution. Their magic is gonna activate as well. And it is the same when you are doing your journey. So when you're working through some energies, when you're working through some lessons, you're gonna get what you call the activations. Okay, it's not only like when you do specific, I don't know, Pleiadian activation, something like that. Or it's not only when the energy is super intense and the whole collective is going through a level up. You on your personal journey all the time are going through activations like that. So it's really so simple as going in, seeing the energies you're working through, seeing how this corresponds to your evolutionary path, and then as you're advancing on your consciousness ladder, you are getting those upgrades. You're becoming more and more who you truly are. You're bringing those things down here in the physical. So in the movie, there's like different instances, same way, like maybe they have to help someone in a difficult situation. Maybe they go through a difficult situation, in their life, something like that. And as they go through the lesson, as they understand and get the lesson, it's not only going through it, okay? You have to integrate the lesson. You actually have to learn, okay? In simple words. As they go through that, they have those moments when it's like this boom of energy, and they're gonna jump to the next evolutionary stage, which means having more powers of that specific element, and then every element has its own kind of lessons per se. And it's so beautiful how it's shown in the movie, because as they reach that level, the energies like swirls around them, and their tail transforms. They get a new colored tail and clothes, because they're women, mostly. It's also men. So because it's Barbie. So anyhow, and then they get this symbol that opens up, an energetical symbol on top of their heads, and they're gonna get a specific crown, and also their wings. They get new wings, or their wings upgrade. They change. Okay, corresponding to the lesson and the new powers that they've just gotten. And as I said, it is the same way on your spiritual journey, on your ladder back home to heaven consciousness. And I am sure that many of you have had these moments when you maybe saw your guides or mom and dad, whoever you're working with on the other side, give you some kind of crown, which probably took us, it was some kind of initiation. It means that you have reached a certain level, you have learned a specific thing, so here is your gift, here is your power. And also when like your wings change, because I don't know if you remember how it was when your wings first came out. For some, it was like a very difficult, painful moment, because there's lots of energy, like a lot that you have to push to get the wings open. But then as you are walking on your journey, as you're evolving, your wings are also gonna change. You get new wings constantly. Okay, they upgrade, they become bigger, they grow, they become more glittery, I don't know, things like that. So if you've seen yourself getting, I don't know, golden wings, it doesn't mean that that's it. There's levels and levels and levels that you can still go up, and it's gonna change. You're gonna get new wings, and all of the other different gifts that you receive on your journey. So as I said, like, simply go and check how your wings are. Do your wings feel like they need an upgrade? Because if they do, it probably means that there's a next level of your evolution that you have to reach. And it's very simple when you know how to do it. Like, it's so simple that children know how to do that. And I know, because I have children, I work with that with them. And it was funny because I've been working on with Ilham on his wings, and basically like simple things, clear your wings before you go to sleep, things like that. And then the other day I noticed that his wings are ready for an upgrade, and it was like a moment he had a whining moment. There's no whining in heaven, and when children just start to whine, which is basically crying for nothing, he's big enough to express those things, to talk about them, not just throw himself on the floor and cry like a baby. That's part of the program. So anyhow, there's like some things that he was going through in this sense, and I noticed his wings are ready for an upgrade. And I was like, Ilham, you know that your wings are ready to grow? And he was like, yeah, I know. And it's like, well, did you ask what you have to work on to get them, to the next level? And he was like, yeah, I know. Like complete resistance, because he knew exactly what he has to work on. But in order for his wings to grow, you have to let go of this whining that you've been doing, and he knows that. He exactly knows that. So working on things like that with the children, and it's the same way with us. So this is kind of also how you can check yourself, check your wings, check your third eye, check the things that are triggering you throughout the day, check anything that is out of balance in your life. It's you are a master of energies, so it all corresponds to your personal path and your quest, and the things that you have to work on yourself in order to get those beautiful activations and become more and more of who you truly are. Okay, they just reminded me of something. With this triple spiral that's activating, and with the heart and brain activation, all of that. Be very careful of your wishes. Be very careful of the things that you're saying out loud, the things that you are saying in yourself, the things that you wish for, simply, because this manifestation is gonna be a lot and a lot and a lot faster. And now the reason why the flash doesn't just like instantly happen, one of the reasons is because if it did, that means, when we are fully where we're gonna get to, it's instant manifestation. So if something like that was to activate before humanity was ready, can you imagine the chaos of that? Can you imagine like someone having a very negative thought and then palm it instantly manifests? There's many things that go into the evolution of humanity. So simply be very conscious of that, because you don't want to bring into your life something that you don't want to bring in. Yeah, that's something that they like really told me the other day. Everyone has to be very conscious of this, very aware of how and why, and why you're saying different things, how you're saying different things, what are the things that you're saying to yourself. And as far as the wishes, as far as like things that you wish for, I will just put it this way: be careful not to wish it from your ego perspective, because you might get a surprise, you might get maybe a flip of what you wished for, or you might get it and then realize it was not at all what you wished for. So really go deep into your hearts, into the purity of your hearts, into the purity of your service to humanity, and then wish from that place, wish from the place of truth. God is the giver of dreams, and this is what mom and dad are. We are their children, and they make our wishes come true. So I wish that you have very beautiful wishes, heavenly wishes, I'm gonna say. Um, Anything else? Okay. And I got a pearl fucking losing words. A pearl What's that called in English? I fucking lost it. Bracelet. I got a pearl bracelet showing you because we've been having pearl synchronicities. So if you've been finding some pearls or like a pearl necklace, a pearl bracelet, something pearls. This is a synchronicity from the field. Okay, yeah. There's more things that we'll see how the things develop. Yeah, for the next time. Hope that's it for now. If you have any questions, if you need help with whatever energies, we are here. So not only will we help you, we will also show you how to do that yourself, because everyone is a master. You just have to remember. Love you. Bye bye.